Good morning and welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Time to finish up my rundown of my favorite albums of 2021. We started at 75, we've now reached 26. It's time to count down the all-important top 25 albums of 2021 for me, which I enjoyed, that is. So let's just get on with this. We reached number 26. Number 26 was Halloween. In 25th place, we've got Ogan with the Final Days album. Ogan is an awesome German power metal band. They play quite symphonic as well. Just very big choirs, very big melodies, great riffs, great power, lots of expansive instrumentation in Ogan. Just an awesome band. And this Final Days album was great. They're touring in 2022, so hopefully I'll get to see them. I've seen them already live a couple of times. They're an awesome band. In 24th place, we've got a new band called Paladin, and the album is called Entering the Abyss. Paladin is not a band I'd heard of before. They're a Greek power metal band. I've got quite a thing for Greek power metal bands or Greek traditional heavy metal bands. There's a lot of good ones. Greece has been churning out rock solid power metal bands, power metal albums for quite a while now, and this Paladin album blew me away. This was really good. It's sort of traditional epic heavy metal. It's not really like speedy double bass power metal. It's sort of expansive, epic. The singer is what's making me really enjoy this album. The singer in Paladin is awesome. The songs are epic. They've got great instrumentation. It's just a great listen if you enjoy power metal. In 23rd place, we've got Inglorious and We Will Ride. Nathan James, I've run out of words for that guy. He's one of the best modern hard rock singers in the world today. He's just an amazing singer, Nathan. And this is definitely the best Inglorious album yet. I mean, the production is awesome. The songs are really good. His vocals, like I say, I mean, I could go on for days about Nathan's vocals. He's top notch. This is a great album. Inglorious, classic hard rock, but with a modern edge as well. Modern production, great solos. Awesome album. In 22nd place, we've got Sunstorm and the Afterlife album. Now, this is a controversial album because Joe Lynn Turner, he didn't want to do the Sunstorm album for whatever reason. There's a lot of stories behind this, and we won't get into that now. But Frontiers decided to go ahead with the album anyway, and they hired Ronnie Romero to do the vocals. And of course, it's also got our old friend Ali Del Vecchio doing most of the songwriting. But this is a great effort. I mean, Joe Lynn, he didn't want to do these songs. I don't know why. I mean, these are great songs. Ronnie does a great job on them. Just great melodies, classic melodic hard rock. It's a really good album, Sunstorm. In 21st place, we've got Annette Ozon with the Strong album. Annette, she's ex-Nightwish, of course. She's really good. She's left Nightwish. She does her albums solo or with her band as well. Just awesome. Strong is very good. It's written by Magnus Carlsen, of course, the chap from Primal Fear, and he does a lot of his solo stuff as well. He's got his Freefall album. He wrote this album with Annette. And it's an awesome album again. Her voice fits very well. It's very melodic. It's powerful. It's just classic melodic heavy metal. It ticks all the boxes that I need as far as classic melodic heavy metal goes. Okay, in 20th place, we've got a new band which I haven't heard of, Artem Illusio, self-titled album, a newcomer debut album by these unknowns. This is a fantastic effort. The great singer. These are like sort of an international band. I'm not quite sure exactly where they're from, but this was awesome. It's sort of power metal / melodic heavy metal. It's got a little bit of progressive elements to it. Production is awesome. The singer is awesome. There's nothing not to be happy with this in this release. In 19th place, we've got Hammer King and their self-titled album. Hammer King is just German heavy power metal. It does what it says on the tin. It's just heavy, in your face, fist waving power metal. You know, it's just good stuff. It's makes you feel good. Okay, after Hammer King, in 18th place, we've got Primitive, Violence of the Skies, the UK's best classic traditional heavy metal band in my opinion. They just keep going from strength to strength. They don't get a lot of praise. I don't see their name mentioned in many lists or anything like that. They just remain underground, but they just remain awesome. What can I say about Primitive? I've seen them live numerous times. They were my first gig out of lockdown after 18 months. Earlier this year, when they had the release show. It was like 6 months late release show. Just awesome. I love Violence of the Skies. It's just a very good classic melodic heavy metal album. In 17th place, we've got Walkings and Revolution. Walkings is sort of like a mysterious band, but we all know who the singer is. It's George from Serenity. The other chaps, I'm not sure who they are, but Walkings is just fun, true classic heavy metal, you know, with ancient tales of battles and war and so on. Just a fun classic heavy power metal album. In 16th place, we've got the man himself, Mr. Blaze Bayley, and the War Within Me album. You'll notice there's no Iron Maiden in my top 75, and it pains me to say that. I mean, I do like Senjutsu, but it didn't make it. War Within Me, however, easily makes it in 16th place. It's probably his best recent album for quite a while. I mean, I really like the Infinite Entanglement trilogy, but War Within Me is just awesome. Very melodic, killer production, great riffs, great solos. Blaze sounds the best he's sounded in recent times. Just awesome album. In 15th place, we've got a new band, Apostolica and Heretica Ecclesia. This band came out of nowhere a few months ago. Just mysterious band. You don't know who they are. They're like a mix between Powerwolf and Ghost. Just awesome band. I mean, where the hell did these guys come from? The singer's voice is very sort of rough sounding, but he's sort of singing clean as well. He's like a more rough version of Attila from Powerwolf. But the songs are just amazing. Power metal hymns, chest beating anthems, just catchy stuff. It could have made my top 10, really could have. In 14th place, we've got Eternity's End and Embers of War, a recent discovery, recent release. I knew the band, of course. Just absolutely shredding fast, amazingly technical solos, just insanely fast neoclassical power metal. I love these guys. Of course, featuring Christian Muenzner, who's been in other bands. He's already featured in my top 10s with his main band Obscura and their album. But he's got a side project where he plays power metal, which is great for me because I love power metal. As if you didn't know that. So anyway, yeah, 14th, Eternity's End. In 13th place, we've got Need and Norchestrion, a song for the end. This was released way back in January. Need is a Greek progressive metal band, very dark, very moody, very melodic. Just this was awesome at the time. I've sort of didn't play it much now in recent times, but I just, you know, have to keep it nearer or around the top 10. Need is an awesome band. I mean, they've just got this dark mood to them, a little bit like Fate's Warning, if you like, but to me they're a little bit better than Fate's Warning, even a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit more moody, but still with some epic melodies. In 12th place, we've got a new band called Wonders, Wonders. The album is called The Fragments of Wonder. Just an awesome band from Italy. There's a lot of great bands in Italy. These guys are sort of like slightly progressive power metal, a little bit like DGM. I didn't know this at the time, but I found out afterwards that Aldo Lenobile is the guitarist in Wonders, and it makes sense. The guitar work is absolutely awesome. Of course, Aldo is the guitarist in Secret Sphere, and he also wrote the Sweet Oblivion album for Jeff Tate this year, which was a good album, but it didn't make my list. Anyway, in 11th place, we've got Bloodbound, Creatures of the Dark Realm. Bloodbound have been going for years now. They churn out albums on a regular basis. I mean, this is probably one of their best albums. It's in the top 3, I think. This is an awesome album. They've always got a lot of influences: Sabaton, Powerwolf, Halloween, a lot of classic heavy power metal influences. And this is one of their best albums. They've got a great vocalist. Bloodbound. If you like power metal, you already know Bloodbound. But if you haven't heard Creatures of the Dark Realm, definitely check it out. Okay, it's time for the top 10. I'm going to take a drink and keep talking. Cheers. Okay, the top 10. I've got to get this quickly. Keep this under 20 minutes. In 10th place, we've got Secret Sphere and the album Lifeblood. Secret Sphere, of course, like I said earlier, is led by Aldo Lenobile. This is a great album. I mean, Secret Sphere has not been a huge favourite of mine over the years, but this album, they brought it all together. This is a great album. They got their original singer back. I mean, I don't really remember him, but apparently they did. He's the original singer. This album is awesome. It's just classic Italian melodic heavy metal. You know, it's not really full-on power metal because they're not like speedy all the time, but they're just great melodic heavy metal. In 9th place, we've got North Tail and Eternal Flame. This was released not too long ago, towards the end of the year. Easily one of the year's best power metal albums. It's led by Bill Hudson, but they're sort of like a very much like a Finnish style power metal, like very much like Stratovarius, of course Halloween, you know, just classic power metal. The guitar work, especially on this from Bill Hudson, is awesome. I like this North Tail album more than the debut, much more in fact. I think it's awesome. They got a new singer as well. He's very good, fits like a glove. Just awesome. North Tail. Okay, in 8th place, we've got Tremonti and Marching in Time. I think A Dying Machine just about still remains my favourite Tremonti album, but Marching in Time is awesome in itself. It's got huge riffs, huge production. I mean, it's just crunchingly heavy. It's probably one of the heaviest albums in my whole list. But, you know, I enjoy it a lot. His vocals have just like, since the early albums, they've improved so much. I mean, he's just a great singer now, in my opinion. His voice is, you know, fits the band perfectly. I think I'm gonna say it, I like the Tremonti band more than Alter Bridge. I mean, it's just getting that way, you know. I like Alter Bridge a lot, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, there's something about Tremonti. It's slightly heavier, a little bit more aggressive, that it draws me in as well. So Marching in Time is awesome, and of course the title track at the end is just one of the best songs of the year. What a song that is, Marching in Time. Okay, in 7th place, we've got a newcomer band out of nowhere. Fans of the Dark, self-titled album. Just out of nowhere comes this band. Swedish melodic hard rock. The angle here is the singer. He's a chap he was in Swedish Idol apparently. So I've read, and I don't know if he won. I probably didn't win, but he's sort of obviously he's coming from a different school of singing. He's got a soulful voice. He's got a different look on him as well, so you got to get used to that. But you know, forget about all that. His voice fits like a glove with the music. Their songs are amazingly catchy at times. Just so many cool tunes. You know, I think the album's got about 8 songs, something like that. Not many songs, but 6 or 7 of them are just absolute killers. You know, just awesome melodic hard rock songs with, like I said, Alex Falk, the singer. He fits like a glove. You wouldn't think he was gonna fit, but he absolutely does fit like a glove. So they are in 7th place. In 6th place, we've got Cry and the 2 album. Cry was released way back in January. Cry is like a very young Swedish AOR band. They're sort of quite poppy, but they are slick. They are so catchy. They're sort of like very poppy, very slick AOR. Great vocals. This is a new singer they've got in. He's really good. I just love this album. I look forward to where they go next from here. But Cry's album 2 is really awesome. Okay, here we go. The top 5. In 5th place, we've got Volbeat, Servant of the Mind, released not too long ago. This is a huge comeback from Volbeat. I mean, I like all Volbeat anyway, but this album is really one of their best in recent times. It's just killer. It's heavy, it's melodic, it's groovy. Production is awesome. It's got all the Volbeat traits that you expect. You know, there's nothing new here. It's just maximum Volbeat. You know, they deliver what people want and just nail it. Everything is nailed. So awesome album. In 4th place, we've got Powerwolf and Call of the Wild. What can I say about Powerwolf? They're just an awesome band. Is this as good as the Sacrament of Sin? Yeah, the jury's out on that one. It's close. Maybe it's slightly below the Sacrament of Sin, but that's splitting hairs. It's splitting hairs. You know, Powerwolf is just so much fun. They always deliver, always heavy, always got great melodies, always got great choruses, always got drama. It's just an awesome band, and the album, of course. In 3rd place, we've got a newcomer band. They're called Nesta, and it's Kids in a Ghost Town. This Swedish band is just something else. They're like a throwback retro AOR band. You know, taking us straight back to, as one of the songs says, 1989, 88, 89, 87, that era. Sort of late 80s, sort of more clear, classic, melodic hard rock / AOR. This type of band, imagine this type of era, this type of music. But with just a classic, awesome set of songs. You know, every song is absolutely killer. Blessed with great vocals, a big hook, just awesome sounding album. Nesta, you blowed it out of the park. I don't know where the hell you've come from, but you've been holding back and you've come out with an absolute killer album, but you didn't quite make it to number 1. And let's get there now, let's say it. I could not separate the top 2 albums of the year. So here we go. There is no number 2. There is a joint number 1 for this year, and I'm gonna hold up the CDs, of course. There we go. It's Wet and Retransmission, and of course Eclipse and Wired. These 2 are the 2 albums of the year. I could not, in all honesty, separate these 2. I mean, I love Eclipse. I was toying with the idea of putting Eclipse as the #1, but then I listened to Wet or WET again, and just blows me away. I just can't separate them. I mean, they're both involving, of course, Eric Martinson. Eric's main band is Eclipse, and of course he writes most of the songs for WET. So he's basically released 2 killer albums in 1 year. Just awesome. Eclipse is a little bit harder edged to me. Sort of got, I don't know. People moan about Eclipse, saying all their stuff sounds the same, but I don't know. I just love Eclipse. Every song is killer. I mean, every song is killer. In WAT, every song is killer. You don't skip songs on these albums. These are just awesome, classic, melodic hard rock songs with modern production. Just songs to you can, you know, just random play any song and it will blow you away. Of course, this one has Jeff Scott Soto on the vocals as well, so it's got a slightly different voice, but I love Eric's voice as well. These are my 2 joint albums of the year. I mean, I just can't split them. So I've said my piece. That's it. 2021 is done. Stay tuned as always.